Welcome to ASEAN MedTech Insights. Today we are diving into a critical topic for digital health innovators aiming for the Malaysian market. The question is, how do you determine the risk classification for predictive algorithm software? This is a crucial step that dictates your entire regulatory pathway. Malaysia's Medical Device Authority, or MDA, aligns closely with the International Medical Device Regulators Forum, or IMDRF framework. This means the classification of your software as a medical device, or SAMD, hinges on two key factors. The first factor is the significance of the information the software provides to the healthcare decision. The second is the state of the healthcare situation or condition it is intended for. Let's break this down with a practical example. Imagine a company has developed an AI-powered software that analyzes patient data to predict the likelihood of developing sepsis in an intensive care unit. To classify this device in Malaysia, we must first assess the healthcare condition. Sepsis is a life-threatening condition, so it falls into the critical category. Next, we assess the significance of the information. If the software's prediction is intended to be the primary basis for a doctor to initiate aggressive antibiotic therapy, its output is driving critical clinical management. Under the IMDRF guidelines that Malaysia follows, a device intended for a critical condition that directly informs or drives clinical management is typically classified as Class C. This is a moderate to high-risk classification. This Class C designation has major implications. It requires a comprehensive technical dossier, a robust quality management system like ISO 13485, and substantial clinical evidence to prove its safety and performance. The regulatory review process is far more stringent and time-consuming than for lower-risk devices. Now, consider a slight change in the software's intended use. What if the algorithm is designed only to flag patients for additional monitoring by a senior clinician? Not to directly guide immediate treatment. The output is still significant, but it serves as an investigative tool, not a diagnostic one. In this scenario, it might be argued that the risk is lower, potentially placing it in the Class B category. This distinction is vital. Misclassifying a Class C device as Class B would lead to rejection by the MDA, wasting significant time and resources. Conversely, overclassifying a device could lead to unnecessary expenses and regulatory burdens. A real-world case involves a diagnostic imaging software that uses an algorithm to identify potential fractures on X-rays. In Malaysia, because this tool is used by radiologists to aid in their diagnosis of a serious but not always critical condition, it is often classified as Class B. However, if the same software claimed to definitively diagnose a specific type of cancerous lesion to guide surgical planning, it would immediately be elevated to Class C. The regulatory landscape for SAMD in ASEAN is dynamic. Successfully navigating it requires a deep understanding of how local regulators like the Malaysian MDA interpret global standards for innovative technologies like predictive algorithms. For expert guidance on your specific device classification and market access strategy in Malaysia and across Southeast Asia, please email the team at info@pureglobal.com or visit our website at pureglobal.com.